What's up everybody, welcome back to the ETH Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. This video is just going to be a really quick video, and in fact this video was supposed to be filmed yesterday, right? I was filming on my phone, but it ended up the audio didn't record, so it's like, yeah, I just had to discard it. So yeah, I'm making this video right now to tell you guys like, hey, this is just going to be a quick little update on Ethereum and what I believe it's about to do. Now, the reason why you want to pay attention to this is because Ethereum is sort of like the mama bear for altcoins, right? When Ethereum is doing well, you know, the large caps do really well as well. So it's kind of a good benchmark for altcoin performance. So if you want to find that out, make sure you stick around to the end of this video. But immediately, right before I dive right into it, make sure you follow me at _the ETH Crypto on Twitter. This is where I'll be sharing the latest market updates as well as any trades that I might be looking at, stuff that I wouldn't otherwise be able to share on YouTube due to time constraints. So make sure you drop me a follow over on Twitter. So without any further ado, let's dive right into it. So I'm going to aim to keep this video short, but the thing that you must understand at the moment is the fact that I am not comfortable recommending you to buy Ethereum at the level it's at now, right? The charts are giving you a very good little picture because this is a consolidation pattern, and for those of you who watch my videos at all, you know how I always like to talk about consolidation patterns and how markets move in phases of consolidations and expansions. So at the moment, this is a very nice little consolidation pattern, right? It's either a falling wedge or it can be this triangle pattern. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards a falling wedge. Either way, markets move in phases of consolidations and expansions, right? Over here, you get your expansion and then you consolidate before your next expansion and then you consolidate. So by right, we should be getting the next expansion pretty soon. So the level that you're going to want to keep attention to, like pay attention to, is this level right here at 38.30, right? You're going to want to mark down that level yourself because historically speaking, this has been a level where Ethereum has traditionally, you know, had some kind of reaction to, whether that be resistance or support. At the moment, it is still like a lot of trading volume is being done in between this area right here, and it is going to be an area that you're going to want to pay attention to. So mark down 38.32, and the way that you're going to utilize this information is if you get a breakout above this level, right, you buy along with the breakout. So as it's breaking out, buy along with the breakout, or on a bullish retest, go for it. Both of these scenarios are going to be really nice because you can literally just set your stop loss like somewhere below the pattern, or maybe even somewhere below here, because you know that breakouts are supposed to, you know, go up. It's not supposed to come out and come back down, you know, and if it does, then you just get stopped out for a minimal loss. That is perfectly fine as well. Some of the best traders in the world are wrong about half the time, and yet they're still wildly profitable. So that is going to be the bullish scenario for Ethereum, but otherwise I really do not recommend buying Ethereum like anywhere over here, because first off, it's in the middle of nowhere, but second off, like, people are getting greedy, right? You look at, you know, the crypto fear and greed index, and you can see like everyone is being extremely greedy right now. And I did not see this kind of behavior back at 40k, right? Back when we were here, when I was telling everyone, hey, this is a good area to buy. You should be buying here. But hey, nobody listened. Everyone was too scared. And I even gave the data to back this up. Like, if you just taken a look at the funding rates back then, it was like super neutral, right? At the moment, it's still neutral as well. So this gives me reason to believe that Ethereum is going to start pumping. But otherwise, back then, like, funding rates were really neutral. That means nobody was dared to go into the markets. Everyone was really scared. Everyone's sitting on the sidelines. And I don't know why, right? Usually, you know, about 5 to 10% of people in every market tends to, you know, come out on top as profitable people. That, like, if you think about it that way, doesn't that mean that you would need to think in the opposite fashion than pretty much 90% of people in order for you to be successful? So if all you do is trade against, you know, what the crowd thinks, right? When the entirety of Twitter was going like, oh, we're going to 20k, oh, we're going to 20k, boys, Bitcoin's going to zero, crypto is dead, you know, when they're talking about that, buy. Like, funding rates were giving you data that, you know, everyone's being scared. You know, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index was telling you that everyone's really scared, and that's the time when you should be taking action. And right now, everyone is trying to get, you know, bullish over here. And I'm just like, where were you over here? Like, this is not the time to get bullish, right? So I really cannot recommend buying Ethereum like anywhere like in this zone right here. If you do get a breakout, yeah, go for it, right? I do think that Ethereum is going to go to an all-time high if it breaks, you know, breaks out of this pattern. At the moment, it is looking like it is possible, but otherwise, the level that you're going to want to pay attention to is this level right here at about 35.50, right? Not only, like, if we go onto the daily chart, you can see that this is an order block. And if you know what, like, if you've watched my channel for any amount of, you know, time, you understand that order blocks are sort of institutional areas of value, right? These are areas that institutions like to push the price to in order to, you know, do their do the majority of their trading. And like something you just need to understand is the fact that, you know, institutions run pretty much like 50% to 80% of daily trading volume. Like algorithms and just hedge funds and institutions, like they are the big money, right? They're the ones with hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. And us as retail traders, we are not going to get close to them. Like this isn't caused by retail. Trust me, this isn't caused by retail. This is manipulation. This is manipulation, right? This, you can argue, is retail, because retail does not have the power to move the markets. And so the sooner you understand what these institutions are trying to do, then, you know, the sooner you can get successful. So this level right here at 35.50, absolutely pay attention to it. If you do get a retrace back to this level, I do believe that this is going to act as a very strong level of support, and I definitely do think that you can get some Ethereum at this level, right? 35.50. For me personally, I would set my stop loss just somewhere below this level, right? At 33.50-ish. I know that is a very wide stop. That's about 6 to 7%. So you have to manage your risk properly. Now, the reason why you set it below the, you know, this swing low right here is whenever you are bullish, right, you tend to get, you know, high highs and high lows. And I want you to think of it this way, right? When you are getting high lows, it means that this low is protected, right? The institutions are bullish, right? The algorithms are set to a bullish order flow. And that means that these lows are going to be protected. And by protected, all I mean is like these institutions, they have the money. Like they have money to move the markets, right? So it doesn't make sense for them to, you know, let the position come down, right? Let the price come down and put their position at, you know, break even or maybe even in red. Just doesn't make sense. And that's why it is protected, right? When it is protected, it means that you have institutional sponsorship. Like I'm not the one who coined this term. If you want to, you know, if you want to learn more about institutional trading, like you could learn it from me, or you could learn it from Inner Circle Trader, right? This is where I got this term from, right? Institutional sponsorship, which means that you have the institutions behind your back. And it basically just means that you are trading along with the institutions, right? You know that institutions are going bullish, so you are bullish as well. And so because like we are taking this trade, right, on this order block right here with the assumption that this low is going to be protected. And so we set our stop loss below this low right here, because if you get stopped out, that means it's no longer protected. And there is a very high likelihood that we are going to be going into bearish order flow very soon. And that is why I'm just trying to prepare you guys for both sides of the equation, right? If it's bearish, that's going to be an area of value. If it's bullish, that's your breakout target. And the take profit targets, right, of 38.30 breakout is going to be at around 4K, 41.51, right, 41.50-ish, 4,300, 42, like 44.50, 46.60, right, 5,000 and about 5,700 as the final target. I do believe that this is going to be a long-term target. I do believe some kind of retracement is going to come once Ethereum hits this level. So don't quote me on that, but these are just areas for you to refer to, right? These are just areas of reference, if so to speak. So don't take this as gospel, just take it at areas of reference for you to take profit. And as I always like to recommend, when you are taking profit, take it in, you know, partials, right? Take some here, right? 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, leave the rest as a moon bag for 5K and take the rest, right? Something like that. You never, like, you always want to be taking profit on the way up, because on the way up is when everyone's going to start getting greedy. And that is when you want to sell to the, you know, to the fools who are buying in at all-time highs. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, there are more ideal scenarios in trading. Let's just put it that way. So in the event that, you know, this trade does get stopped out, then the trade that you're going to want to pay attention to absolutely is going to be at about 31.75. In fact, if I just draw a fib retracement from this swing low over here on the daily chart up to this swing high, you can see that in fact the 31.75 area falls in between the 0.618 pocket to the 0.786. This is the golden pocket of the Fibonacci retracement tool. And because of that, this area, I do believe, is going to be extremely strong. I do believe that the bottom for Ethereum, in the event that it really does break through this order block right here, the bottom for Ethereum is going to be somewhere between 31.75 to 30.50, right? Maybe, just maybe, it's going to go to 29.50, but that is the bottom, right? The bottom of Ethereum is going to be in between this block. And if it was me personally, I would set my biggest buy orders at around this block right here instead of this block. Of course, you can still use this block because it is still likely to generate a 5%, maybe 10% bounce. I'm sitting closer towards 5%. But either way, 5% bounce, right? If you had like, you know, $100,000, that's still $5,000. Like, I don't know about you, but I'd be happy taking that any day of the week. So this block is definitely takeable, but if you want the safest, like the biggest position, I want you to build it in between 31.75, 3100, 30.50 and 29.50, right? If you had, say, $100,000, I would break it up into like 20K, 30k and 30k, right? Something like that. Just like how I predicted the BTC, right? If you guys remember, if you guys watch my channel, I predicted that BTC would find its bottom at about 40k, right? I was mentioning when BTC was over here, right? When Bitcoin was over here, I was mentioning that, hey, while I would, you could buy Bitcoin at this area, you could, but I wouldn't place, I would only place my biggest orders in between this block right here, right? This block from 42k to 38k, that is where I would place my biggest orders. And in fact, check this out, right? Check out how well this played out, right? Perfect bottom right here. Bam. We are up more than 50% so far. So I really want you guys to let me know, did anyone take this trade, right? Because I've been talking about this trade for weeks. So right now I'm calling it, I'm going to call the Ethereum bottom in advance, right? I do believe that, and Ethereum, I called it right here as well, right at this order block, right? And that's just further proof that order blocks do work. I set a limit order at 2680, right? It's not the exact bottom, but it's really, really close. So at the moment, right? Yeah, you heard me right. I'm predicting that the Ethereum bottom is going to come in somewhere about this block. As long as we're bullish on order flow, I do believe that this is going to be the bottom. You can set your stop loss as usual below this swing low right here, because we are going into this trade with the assumption that order flow is still bullish, and that's why, this low is going to be protected. If you have learned a thing or two so far in this video, it would help me so much if you could just drop a like button. It's a small gesture, but it really helps me a lot. But before we dive right into the bonus trading setup of the day, I really want you to check out the private Discord group. If you feel like these kinds of, market updates on YouTube is something that you appreciate, maybe you've been watching my channel and you're like, hey, this guy seems to be right a lot of the time. And yes, I am indeed right a lot of the time. And if you just want to learn how to do the things that I do, then you're really going to want to check out the private Discord group. You're going to get access to a trading education where you learn everything that I've learned over the years. This is where you're going to learn, what works and discard 90% of the things that don't work. And as a bonus, you're going to get access to all of my trading setups where we are literally making money like every single day. And let's just say that you're going to pay this Discord group off pretty quickly. But otherwise, if that's something you're interested in, check it out. But otherwise, don't check it out, right? And right now, we are going to get into the trading setup of the day. And this trading setup is going to come in the form of Pancake, right? I do believe that Pancake is in a very good spot right now. In fact, as a bonus, I'm going to actually give you like 2 trading setups of the day. And hopefully that's something you appreciate. So at the moment, if I bring up the EMAs, I don't use the EMAs very often, but when I do, this EMA right now, this purple line right here is a 200 EMA, which if you watch my videos back in the really early days, I used to say that this 200 EMA is going to be a long-term, it's going to be a very key support, dynamic support and resistance for any trend to hold. And at the moment, Cake has broken above the 200 EMA. Currently, it is trying to find support on the 200 EMA. But the key about this trade is not the 200 EMA, but it is going to be the fact that this line right here at about 19.9 is a major level on the 4-hourly chart, right? You can see how many times in the past that Pancake just found, some kind of reaction around this area. And that's why it is so key for Pancake to break above this level and hold that level, because then it's going to start pumping, right? At least that is in my humble opinion. Now, if Pancake does hold this level, right, I'm going to want you to place this trade at about 19.9. Hopefully by the time you get to this video, it is not too late, but otherwise this is a 10% trade immediately, right? I'm going to set my personal stop loss at about, 19.4, and my take profit is going to be at about $22, right? In the event that this trade plays out, that's going to be 10%, and hopefully you guys are able to take advantage of this. But otherwise, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.